Jeffrey was raised in a weak way through his school time, and his teachers demonised discussing how important finances were. They rewarded tests that wouldn't mean anything come after school. So Jeffrey and the majority of men these days, they struggle with finances throughout their whole lives. When Jeffrey grows up and he leaves school, he finds himself focused on his 9-to-5 job, but he slowly realised he has nothing left at the end of his month for investments or anything just remotely fun. And to work the next 40 years like this, it's a sad life. Adonis has mastered his finances. He knew that getting a piece of paper from school wouldn't mean anything. He's on a mission, and that's to build a big cryptocurrency portfolio, and by 2025, it's going to shine. Now, when I give you that introduction about Jeffrey, it's kind of sad, isn't it? It's kind of sad thinking that you have to work the next 40 years of your life. And I met up with my mum and dad yesterday, real talk here, brother to brother. And, they're happy and everything, but they're still working. And they want to work, which is good. But if you're a young man or a young female or even an older man and you want to change your life, chances are you already know that it's not going to be found in your 9-to-5 job. Now, there's nothing against a 9-to-5 job. You use that to funnel in cryptocurrency, and we're going to talk about that. But I want you to take that Jeffrey Adonis introduction very seriously, because if you get on top of this, you can really change your life. And what pissed me off about school, and still pisses me off about school today, is the guys we were learning from. I think about all the teachers back in my day, especially my history teacher, one of the best. He was a younger man. I think he was maybe like 30, and obviously we were kids back then, maybe 14, 15, 16. He didn't have his finances in check. We were just listening to people, talk about history, for example, for a piece of paper. I got my history intermediate 2 exam passed, and now, what have I used that for? I learned about World War II. Well, thank you very much for that. But that doesn't get me anything in the real world. So just think about that. Now, let's get back to cryptocurrency. History, September is bloody. So what this is, chart right in front of you, historically, where we are right now is September, especially pre-bull run of 25. What we can see in the last bull run, 2020, was a red month. 2021, even in the bull run, was a red month. 2019, red month. So at 7%, where we are right now, even though it might seem like the whole world has came down and cryptos went to trash, it's only down 7%. Okay, compared to other months, 13%, 19% in 2014. So actually not that bad, is it? It's actually not that bad. You guys have maybe thought about selling everything and trying to time the tops or the bottoms and buying back in. It's actually not that bad. What would be a better strategy is probably to DCA, and that's what I'm going to talk about right now. So, one word that will save you in times like this. I've blanked it out. What do you think that one word is? I'll give you a second. Well, for me, it comes down to, let me get rid of this, if I can, is patience. Patience. Just be patient. DCA hard with no fear. Okay? Little diagram here, a little image. How do you want to treat the market? You have no fear. You DCA and you do not let this minus 7% on Bitcoin's chart. Now, yes, all coins are down more than that, but that's the game. You get to DCA for more coins. That's the game that we're playing. So I want you guys to approach September, what we're going to go through, if we go down even further, you sit there and you laugh at this market because you know where we're going. Now, again, no panic selling. Why the F would you? If you're panic selling right now when you said you were going to buy, you literally are this guy. I don't want to call you out, but you are a clown. If you said you were going to buy at these prices and you're letting minus 7% on Bitcoin's chart fear you out, because that's not what you said you were going to do. You said to yourself that you were going to exit this bull run with a bag full of dollar value. And you're not going to do that by having less coins. You're going to do yourself a disservice if you believe in the 2025 bull run. Now, if you believe this bull run's over and we had the peak in March, whatever, 70k, fine. You're smarter than me. You win the game if that was to happen. But if you think and you know we're going higher by 2025, you are, unfortunately, a clown. Because you said you wouldn't do this. It's hard, man. It's hard, I get it. Now, if we look at the rainbow chart, if you guys haven't seen this, I think this is a provident way of kind of knowing where we are. You're not going to be able to trade off this, but what have we done historically? Well, we can look at 2020 and we can see where we were before the halving and after the halving. We're actually a lot higher than where we are right now. So after the halving, we are basically a fire sale. So what we have, if we look here, is we have sell, 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 FOMO, is this a bubble? And that's where we are in 2021. it's obvious to sell back here. So I would maybe go and find this, or maybe screenshot this and maybe track this as we go through this to give you peace of mind of where we think we are, right? Because if we say the March 70k was the top, was it? Was it really? Because we look at it and it was just an accumulation time. And now we're at basically a fire sale. When we get to the purple, if we get to the purple, Bitcoin is basically dead, or Bitcoin is dead, right? But is it? Because every time that we've been in the purple after the bull run, or after halving, we've went on historical runs. And I genuinely believe it's going to be something like this. Genuinely. And then we'll come to the bear market and we'll do this all over again. So if you believe in stuff like this, just looking at the past, you want to be buying. You want to be procuring all of that dollar value that you're working for, you're doing in your business, in my opinion, and you want to accumulate this, okay? Now, we'll talk about the election, why I think that's going to be important, but just looking at this for me, this is basically a fire sale. I want to accumulate as many coins I believe in to sell for this dollar value at the peak, or close to the peak, or a layer note strategy. So just understand that. So we have a chart as well. Again, it's going to be a very data-driven video. In the last Bitcoin halving cycle, the bull rally began in Q4. We are here right now. If you look at the chart, what we've seen in 2020 and 2021's bull run is this, right? So when we understand where we are, we're right on track, man. We are right on track. What we have coming up, and this is very important, we have the election in November. Now that's when things could get a little bit different for this bull run, in a good way, by the way. Depends if Trump can win. I really hope he can win, because this is going to make our bag so good. He is going to fire Gary Gensler on the first day. He is going to, the Bitcoin reserves that the USA have, it's one of the top in the world right now. They're going to keep that. They're not going to dump that, and they're going to, plan to do something with that for the Bitcoin community, and that is only going to make this bull run way better. That's when you could get 150, 160k plus Bitcoin prices, right? It's very important that he wins this for us. So if you are in America, I would do yourself a service and vote for him if you can. And if whatever you believe in, if you're right or left, Democrat, whatever you guys believe in, if you believe in cryptocurrency, it is only going to help your wealth dramatically. I promise you that. Now, the potential start of the run after November could be December or January, early 2025. Then we'll look at alt season. So what will typically happen first is Bitcoin will go first after this December, January kind of time. Ethereum will start to go, and then all of our altcoins that we've been accumulating right now, and we don't have a lot of time, we're already in September right now, they'll really start to go. That's what I believe in, whether you believe that or not. That's just what typically I believe in. If you're in the game of cryptocurrency, it's probably what you believe in as well. So you have to prepare accordingly, because if you don't, it's going to be a very disgusting situation for you if you're trying to buy and sell the tops and try and time it back in, while a lot of these other guys are trying to do. Chances are you're not a trader, bro. You're just like me. You're just like other people that watch this channel. You accumulate as much as you can for a better 2025. That's all you can do. If you're trying to sell and trying to buy, what will typically happen is you'll end up with way less coins that you did if you just did a DCA strategy. It's very important that you stick to that.